This video is about a breakdown on the trailer, and I have been given a lot of information about this, and I'm really excited because it is coming true and we're all getting to see it for the first time. And yeah, I'm just really excited about this. I'm just going to be going over the stuff that really stood out for me, and I did some research on some things and I'll be showing you guys that as well. In the beginning of the trailer, you see this logo pop up. It happens really fast, but it means division up at the top and obviously 9. So we're getting a first look at this division logo, and I'm going to explain more about who I think these people are later on in the video. But yeah, they definitely seem to be some type of Japanese group given the logo here and the Japanese wording, and they definitely have an interesting backstory. The first thing I want to point out is that I think we're all pretty excited to see this HP40. This is like the MP40 2.0 we've seen in multiplayer, and we were really hoping to get it in zombies, and looks like we will be getting it in DLC too. Another thing we see in the trailer is the mystery box, which is not really common for them to do. Like the last two trailers, they have not put the mystery box in so that we could see it, but now we are really seeing it really well here. And yeah, it definitely looks like the wooden mystery box that is in Drak and also the giant. Now they could just switch it up on us and give us something totally crazy, but from the trailer, yeah, it looks like just the standard one we're used to. Seeing this next part of the trailer, I completely freaked out. I think this is when I like really started to scream because I saw the spiders, and this is something I had been predicting, and the community got really excited about it, and I was like, oh god, I hope there's really spiders, and there is. These things are huge, and man, I can't believe it. This is gonna be so exciting, and I got no words, man. I can't believe it. This is so cool. And in one of the shots, like if you slow it down, you can see some webs, so it looks like they're probably gonna be firing webs at us. So I mean, that makes sense though. And I don't know if these guys are gonna be like a special dog round. In the trailer, it only shows 2 spiders, so it could be a situation where there's only like maybe 4 or 5 in a special round where you get like a max ammo, but I would assume that their health would have to be a little bit higher if we have less of them. So yeah, that'll be really interesting to see what happens. The next part of the video shows some electricity with some overgrown vines and limbs, and they kind of retract, and then you see the zombies. I'm thinking this is going to be some type of trap, but very interesting. It's almost like, you know, the foliage around you becomes alive and, you know, traps and kills the zombies. In the next scene, you see some type of laboratory or research facility, and you see the number 9 above that doorway, and we can assume that yes, this is Division 9. This is what Treyarch has been trying to like hint to us and put inside some of the Easter eggs. So yeah, that is definitely what we're seeing here. I had made a video talking about the history of the Japanese army during World War II. They had a group called Unit 731, and this Unit 731 had 8 divisions, and these divisions would do some really horrible experimentation on humans, and it was just horrible. Like, it's just even too much to talk about, and it kind of made me think that like Treyarch was taking that backstory, putting it into this, and creating a Division 9. So to me, that makes me think, yeah, that's definitely what they're trying to do here. And yeah, they talk about how they're doing horrible experimentation on humans, so yeah, this just really falls in line with all of that. The next scene gives us a look at what the new zombies are going to look like, and they are the Japanese soldiers that we saw back in Shinonuma. And this definitely makes sense because during World War II, Japanese military inhabited Pompeii, which is the island that we're going to. The next part of the trailer I was really excited to see because I had talked about this in an earlier video where I was like, I think there's going to be swimming on this next map, and the reason why that is because Treyarch has implemented swimming into multiplayer. And when I was researching things about this Pompeii island that we're going to, it was saying that this is one of the wettest parts of the earth. So I was just like putting 2 and 2 together. I'm like, yeah, we are definitely gonna see some swimming on this map. And big shout out to Rad Austin and Mr. T Lexify for bringing this to my attention. This next scene I thought was interesting because you can see some electricity running through those electrical lines up there. That just makes me think that that could be a part of some type of Easter egg. It's hinting towards something, and it definitely runs through the map. You can see it kind of going in the background a little bit. In the same scene, there are 4 signs that are in Japanese, and I have a guy that is a professional Japanese translator, and he let me know that the signs on the left say Laboratory A and Laboratory B. Those are pretty obvious. The one on top, he said, is really hard to see, but it looks like it said that it's pointing you towards a hangar, or it says towards the group. It's most likely hangar because we have seen airplanes in the trailer. And the sign in the back says 9th Division. Also in the trailer, it shows that we're going to have access to 3 of the multiplayer guns, and this MX is one of them. This next scene shows the spider cocoons, and it looks like there's going to be some Easter eggs going on here. It definitely looks cool. This next scene I watched a couple of times because I was trying to understand what was going on, and I think Treyarch is trying to show us that zombies that are not crawlers and are just like walking around, these plants don't bother them, but crawlers they will eat, is what it looks like to me. Like they're giving an example of, look, here's a zombie walking by this plant, nothing's happening. Next scene, it's a crawler and this plant is eating him, so it's like they're trying to give us a clue about it. This next scene shows an airplane coming in. Looks like one of the engines is out. It is definitely going to crash down. I wanted to know what kind of aircraft this was. Looks like it is a B-29 Super Fortress bomber from the US military from World War II. I was really thinking this was going to be Japanese or German military aircraft, but it's not. It's USA, and I don't know what kind of significance that has, but what the scene is showing you is that this aircraft is crashing down, and then the propellers are being used as a trap, as you can see right here. This next scene shows where you're going through the sewer system. I thought it was interesting that there's some element 115 inside of a rock, kind of stuck on the side of this sewer pipe. I don't know if we're going to be like having to fly through it and like grab it or something. I was just like, that's kind of out of place, and definitely looks interesting. This third gun we'll be getting in Zombies is the Marshall 16 dual wield. Looks pretty sick. Definitely excited to try this one out. And in that same scene, it's kind of hard to see, and I've enhanced it here, but on the left side there is some writing in Japanese. It looks like it's been written in blood, and I had this translated, and what he was able to translate, it says the evil shall, and he can't read the rest of it. I'm gonna guess that it means the evil shall inherit the earth. That's kind of along the lines of a statement we've heard in the Nightmares mode on campaign, but let me know what you guys think about this. This next thing, I think I got 500 Twitter like photo messages on this, and I love you guys. Thank you so much for like sending this. But I don't know what it is. What do you guys think it is? People are saying it was a puffer fish. Like, I don't think it's a puffer fish. I think it's some kind of like plant material, and we've obviously seen a lot of foliage in the map, so it's gonna have something to do with that. But if you guys want to comment down below what you think this thing is, I will definitely like tweet out the best responses and give you a huge shout out. This last thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is the boss on this map, and this was something that I had some inside information about. I actually had some concept art done. If you guys saw that video, I was trying to bring to life what this guy might actually look like. There were some things that I knew about him. I knew that you had to shoot these spores on his body to kill him, and I'm assuming that's still the way it's going to be based on what we saw in the trailer. You can see these very brightly like lit yellow spores on his body. But there was one thing I knew about him that I didn't quite understand, and it talked about how he could eat a player. Then I saw the trailer and I watched it really slowly, and if you notice, there's a zombie standing there that almost gets pulled down to the ground. Then he comes up from the ground, like breaks it open, eats this zombie, and if you notice, that zombie becomes a part of him. Like, this thing is actually a plant-based type of monster. It's not a part of a zombie. It will eat something and then become a part of it and almost take on like its life. So here it ate a zombie, so it's got like a zombie head on it, and I'm assuming that this thing could eat us as well, but from the trailer it definitely looks like this is what's going on. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you guys next video.